Come on, big mates. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, cowboy. Let's go. Come on. Here we go, champ. Go. Yeah. Come on.
Okay, so you just saw Peter Edgett there perform a dead bench with 585 pounds. So we're going to have a little talk about the dead bench and how you can effectively utilize it in your training in today's Fireside chat. So first off, the height. The only advantage a tall man has in the bench press or someone with longer arms, they have a longer eccentric, so they can store more elastic-like energy. So that being said, generally the longer your arms are, the more off your chest you're going to have the dead bench. So a good starting range would be pretty much right off your chest to about 3 inches off your chest. The longer your arms, the more off it. So someone like an Al Davis or somebody at 6'5" is going to have it even a little further than Peter is off there. So that's a good starting point because the whole point of the dead bench press is you do not ever do these for reps, single repetitions only. Because what the purpose of this is, you're eliminating the elastic-like energy that's stored on the negative portion of the bench press, like a rubber band. So you get that, and it's sort of like it propels it off your chest before you have to really start pushing. So the dead bench takes away that free ride. But once you start doing multiple repetitions, it's no longer a dead bench because you introduce a negative stretch shortening cycle. So only for single repetitions. I like to do these from anywhere from about 1 set. So we could start off with say 8 sets, 30-second break or so, single repetitions. Then eventually, over the course of like a 6 to 8 week training cycle, work that up to 3 maximal singles. So that's kind of where I like to keep it at. It can be, and I've said this is like sort of an anecdote here, but they don't really have a lot of effectiveness past like 6 or 8 weeks. This isn't something you'd want to do year round. And you want to, I think 90% is a good guideline for these. So if you can, so like with Peter right there, goal 650 in April 8th. So we want to make sure he's about 90% of there. So he's not to that point yet of the 650 point, but he did 585. So basically, he's 90% of 635, which, he's 635 now, he's 650, he's at the meet. So by doing that, we're going to see, this was more of like a test run to see if we need to implement these into Peter's training. So for a lot of people, what I'll do after like we've built up their proficiency, they're to that 90% threshold, we'll periodically throw them in, test it out, say, hey, you're working to a max single today, and if they're, in a good spot, then there's no need to keep putting them in because the dead bench press is a means to an end. It's not an end itself. So, there's some people that can like bench press, more on a dead bench than they can on a regular bench press. Then it's sort of a waste of time. At that point, you need to just work on reallocating your groove and getting a better groove in the bench press. So the dead bench press can serve as a catalyst for you to get a bigger bench press. It's also great for developing starting strength, which is, paramount for punching power, pushing your way to the front of the chow line, jailhouse, whatever. Good starting strength is very important. So use these guidelines, dead bench press, and do a bigger bench press. Thank you.